So there we go. So again, my name is Dr. Stan Harris. They call me Dr. Breakthrough. I always got to give a disclaimer if that's okay. And that is, as Dr. Breakthrough, I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. But when people follow my breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides the breakthrough they desire and deserve. And by the way, what's a breakthrough? It's exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. A breakthrough is kind of like that caterpillar. Have you ever noticed a caterpillar moves very slow? As a matter of fact, how many of you got some caterpillars on your team? Right? It moves so slow, right? So here's the thing, though. So the motivational speaker, and I'm not a motivational speaker, I'm not against them, I'm the world's first breakthrough speaker, but the motivational speaker is going to try to get the caterpillar to move a little faster. But what I do as the world's first breakthrough speaker, I assist the caterpillar into the cocoon, and then eventually out of the cocoon is a beautiful butterfly. So what I do is beyond motivation, is what I call total transformation. So I use motivation, inspiration, education, and oftentimes a martial arts demonstration to assist a person in breaking through to the next level. So I'm going to make sure I'm on with the right crowd here. Solomon, this brother said he's got some leaders on this group. So how many of you know that when you set your mind to do something, it seems like barriers get in your way? Anybody ever been like that? Like, right? Okay. How many of you tonight would say, you know what? I want to break. Maybe you've had breakthroughs before, but he's like, you know what? I'm ready for another breakthrough. I'm ready to go even further. I'm ready. Am I speaking to the right crowd? In the chat, do we have the chat available? No. Okay.
Hey, Doc, we do. And real quick, don't let it cut you off. Can y'all come off camera, man, and participate? This is pretty important. This is, people are pouring into you right now. So at the least you could do is have them see your face and play team. Sorry about that, Doc. Go ahead.
Hey, there you go. Unless, of course, you're laying in the bed or in the bathroom. No, keep the camera off, baby. But thank you, my brother. But at any rate, hey, listen. But yes, there you go. So the chat. Who's ready for a breakthrough other than our sister here? Who else is ready for a breakthrough? In the chat, let me know. Because if you're ready, my friend, I promise you I'm going to pour into you. Because like that caterpillar, like I said, I assisted into the cocoon, and then out of the cocoon is a beautiful butterfly. And so when I'm done today, you're going to end up having what I call a bumblebee breakthrough. Now come on, in the chat, text, say, what's a bumblebee breakthrough? Come on, in the chat. I want to see who really wants. Say what's a bumblebee breakthrough? Because I'm going to tell you if you ask. If you don't ask, then I'm not going to tell you. But if you ask, okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay, there you go. All right, here we go. Yeah, man, I got the right crowd tonight. These folks is fired up. That's what I'm talking on the Friday night. So watch this, my friend. A bumblebee breakthrough. Here's what it is. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible for the bumblebee to fly. His body or her body is too big in proportion to the wings. The bumblebee doesn't believe that, so she flies anyway. Oh, come on, somebody. In other words, the experts say it can't be done. The experts say it's impossible. But because the bumblebee doesn't believe the experts, listen, my friend, he just flies anyway. And I'm trying to tell you, my friend, some of you like me, they told you you'll never amount to be anything. You felt like I'll never amount to be anything. But I come to tell you, you about to have a bumblebee breakthrough. Nobody else in your family, it's happening for them. It's going to happen for you. Nobody else in your arena or area, it didn't happen for them, but it's going to happen for you. You showed up tonight, my friend. You came with a heart of hunger. And by the way, you want to take notes. That's pretty good, Dr. Breakthrough. You probably heard it said, note takers are money makers. But Dr. Breakthrough goes a step further and says, but action takers are bigger money makers. Come on now. I don't just want to be how many of you want to be not just a money maker, but a big money maker? In the chat? Put a number one, a big money maker. Put a number one if you want to be a big money maker, or maybe you're a big money, you want to be a bigger money maker. Come on, somebody. There you go. Oh, we getting all the ones up in here. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to help you to do that. And is it okay with you if I share just a little bit of my background so that you can feel a little okay? And so we're going to do that. And by the way, there's a good friend I have, Dr. Willie Jolly. And matter of fact, I knew him way back before he was Dr. Willie Jolly. And it was, we were speaking about 25 years ago. We were speaking in DC area, Howard University. And I'll never forget. And so Willie Jolly said to me, he said, Dr. Stan, I know you got a PhD in martial arts, a doctor of divinity. And I know you're a few credits away from a doctor of naturopath. He said, but branding is everything. He said, the way you speak and empower people to break through. And he said, the way you demonstrate things, like I'm going to demonstrate. Matter of fact, that's why you better text somebody, tell them to get on, because I got a board here. I'm about to break it online. Come on now. I've got a board. Y'all better text somebody and say, you better get on here and see this man. He half crazy. He breaking stuff on the computer. But watch this though. But he said, you know what? He said, man, you explain breakthroughs and demonstrate breakthroughs better than anybody I know. He said, like a doctor, a person has a problem, they go to the doctor and she writes out a prescription. He said, and they get better. He said, you're the guy when somebody needs a breakthrough. You're the guy with the prescription. So he said, you should be called Dr. Breakthrough. That's right. He said, because when somebody needs a breakthrough, you're the guy with the prescription. So I said, man, I appreciate those are kind words. I'm not sure that's true, but I promise you one thing. I will live the rest of my life to make sure it is. And it just stuck, my friend. And now we've been blessed, all 50 states, 28 countries, my friend, just empowering people. And by the way, my beautiful wife, Nadia, I call her my ABCD. Now, who wants to know what ABCD stands for? Okay, raise your hand or put it in the chat. Okay, here we go. Ready? Adorable brown caramel delight. Oh, come on, somebody. I said adorable brown caramel delight, right? And matter of fact, we renewed our vows last year, I think it was, and I came up with another ABCD, angelic blessed chocolate delicacy. Ooh. We were at the restaurant, and the guy said, the waiter said, would you like some dessert? I said, no, sir. I pointed to my wife. I said, I bought my dessert with me, 100% natural. But anyway, it's amazing though. My wife, when we got married many years ago, she said, baby, we want to keep it kingdom. It's always about the kingdom. So I just want you to know up front, I know a lot of people do things different way, but I just want you to know up front, if you get anything good out of this, if you see anything extraordinary in me or about me, it really isn't me. I'm just a nobody. Get this now, that God made a somebody. And now he's commissioned me to tell everybody that he can do the same, if not better, for anybody. Oh, come on, somebody. And so that's what I want for you tonight. So I'm gonna take you on a little journey. We'll go a little bit into my background and some things. But before I do, I'm going to show you something with this board. So hopefully you sent the text out to get some people on, because they're going to come on, they're going to be late, and they're going to be like, man, why didn't you tell me the man was going to do that, right? And so let's see here. So let's get this virtual background, pull this thing off for a second here, and then you'll be able to see a whole lot better. Okay, let's see here. There we go. All right, let me see if that lets you see. Let's just take it all the way off. There we go. Now you can see it. So right now, you see it says limiting beliefs, okay, in the chat, limiting beliefs. You see that? Now, what I want you to see is on the other side of this, I've got limitless success. Now, I need to ask you a question. How many of you, by a raise of hands, if not in the chat, which one you want to live by? Do you want to live based on limiting beliefs, or would you like to live based on limitless success? Come on in the chat. I need to make sure, again, we're with the right crowd on a Friday night. All right. So again, who wants to live based off limiting beliefs? I don't, that's for sure. And I already know Solomon, man, limitless success. Come on, somebody. I mean, I don't know about you. We've had some success, but we want to take the limits off. Just take it all the way off. Come on. Who else? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're the right crowd tonight. Yes, we are. So real quick, here's what I want you to notice. Notice about the word beliefs. Right in the middle word beliefs. And by the way, I'll talk about all this in my book, Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed, 7 Simple Steps to Your Success. I talk about that, but let me show you something. Right in the middle word beliefs, I want you to see something. There's a 3-letter word called alive. Come on now. So watch this. So whenever there's lies that we believe in, we're going to live what kind of lifestyle? Very limiting. When there's lies we believe in, what kind of income are we going to make? Very limited. When there's lies we believe in, what kind of teams are we going to build? Very limited. When there's lies we believe in, what kind of relationship we're going to have? Very limited. When there's lies, we believe. And so listen, my friend, I had all these lies that I was believing in. And because of the lies, it was causing me to live a very limiting lifestyle. And now the Bible in Jeremiah 7:8 says, you trust in lying words, which cannot profit, which means when there's a lie you believe in, oh, I'm too old. When there's a lie you believe in, well, I'm too young. When there's a lie you believe in, well, I don't have enough degrees. When there's a lie you believe in, well, I'm just a black man in a white man's world. Well, there's a lie you believe in, well, I'm just a woman in a man's world. When there's lies you believe in, by the way, I grew up in the turbulent 60s, and literally, I hate to admit it, but I kind of thought if I wasn't black, maybe I could have a better chance. Maybe I could be successful. And then one day I heard a poem that helped set me free. Could I give that poem to you? Is that okay? Fleecy locks and black complexion. Can I forfeit nature's claim? Skin may differ, but affection dwells in black and white the same. Rise so tall as to reach the pole, or to glance at the ocean at a span. I must be measured by my soul. The mind is a standard of a man. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, it's not the color of my skin or the texture of my hair, or even the color of my hair now, or the neighborhood that I grew up in, but rather it's what I put in my head that affects my heart, that determines what comes to my hand. As a matter of fact, my friend, if you want more coming to your hand, who wants more coming to your hand? Raise your hand, put me in the chat. Who wants more coming to your hand? Put me in the chat. There you go. Come on. That's right. That's right. So if you want more coming to your hand, you got to put more in your head that affects your heart. And that's why I've written powerful books. And that's why, my friend, I've got trainings. And that's why I'm going to speak to you tonight, my friend, to pour in my heart. But it starts, though, we will never have this limitless success until we first break through the lies, the limiting belief. Now, I got to be honest with you. There's some lies that I liked holding on to. Oh, come on now. Yeah, you know why? Because as long as I could hold on to the lie, I could be a victim. I could play a victim, and then I didn't have to be responsible. And so here's the danger. Sometimes we've been believing in a lie so long, we build a fortress around it and try to protect it. Because if we got rid of that lie, then that means we're going to have to change something. We can't be a victim anymore. Well, you just don't understand. See, I grew up in the hood. Dad left when I was 3, and he did. And he never sent a dime, and he didn't. And I was physically abused, and I was. I was sexually abused, and I was. But guess what, my friend? Now I'm a grown man. Watch this now. And I figure out one thing. I can either curse my situation, nurse my situation, rehearse my situation, or I could give it to God and let him reverse the situation. Come on, somebody. So watch this. It dawned on me one day. Why am I fighting for the thing that's fighting against my success? I was fighting for my limitations. Ooh, write this down. Don't fight for your limitations too long, because God might allow you to keep them. Oh, come on now. I said, if you fight for your limitations long enough, God may just allow you to keep them. So I stopped fighting for the thing that was fighting against my success. Hello, somebody. And I learned to say, instead of fighting for my limiting beliefs, I'm going to start fighting instead for my limitless success. It's the same fight. I'm just fighting for the thing that's going to benefit me instead of the thing that was holding me back. Come on, somebody. And so I stopped playing the blame game. The blame. I talk about my book, BLAME, blame. Being lazy and manifesting excuses. Oh, come on, somebody. Blame. I stopped. Come on now. So I stopped playing the blame game, and I learned to play the breakthrough game, where I said, you know what? I'm going to break through this by the grace of God. So here we go, my friend. I'm going to break this. What we're going to do this, my friend, together. We're just going to use my head. Is that okay with y'all? we go. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to break through those lies. You'll never amount to be anything. You dumb kid, you this. We've got stuff from our past that's been chaining us down all these years. And these lies, my friend, it'll never profit. So the truth is, we could have limitless success, but it's not easy, but we got to first break through the lies. So we're going to break through these lies. And when I break this physically, I want you psychologically to say, I'm done with the lies. I'm done with being a victim. I'm done with playing small. I'm done with fighting for my limitations. From now on, I'm fighting for my limitless success. So come on, my friend. I always ask people, what time is it when I do my presentation? And they're supposed to yell back, it's breakthrough time. So you want in the chat, what time is it? In the chat, you got to put it's breakthrough time, right? And if you're going to yell, you put it all in caps. Come on now. It's come on, all caps. Breakthrough time. What time is it? Breakthrough time. What time is it? Breakthrough time. So get ready, my friend. Watch it carefully. Because what we're going to do, if we break these lives, we can have the limitless success. So one more time. What time is it? It's breakthrough time. We just broke the limits right off our beliefs. And when you break the limits off your beliefs, even when there's a hard knot in it, now you can have limitless success. Come on, somebody. Limitless success. And so, my friend, I don't know about you. I'm sick and tired of being sick, broken, tired. It's now time to be rich, growing, and overflowing. It's your turn, my friend, and I want to help you, and I want to empower you. So I called Solomon, and I shared with him this morning. I got this crazy download, and he said, man, you got to share that with the folks. I said, okay. But here's what I want to do, though. Here we go. There we go. All righty. Do you see my screen okay? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to see there it is. What time is it? It's breakthrough time. So I want to talk to you, my friend. See, I'm just like you. I'm greatly blessed, highly favored, and deeply loved. But there was a time I didn't know that. There was a time I didn't understand that. And guess what, my friend? My life was a mess. But I'm blessed right now. My beautiful wife, when I speak, she backs me up. My beautiful wife, we get to pray together. My beautiful wife, we get to play together. That's it. That's me in Jamaica. We've been there several times speaking and empowering people. But my life started off as a hot mess. Not a mess, a hot mess. I said a hot mess. I'm talking about, my friend, and many of you can understand what I'm talking about. My life was a mess. I've been physically abused and verbally abused and sexually abused. And matter of fact, by the time I was 12 years of age, I tried to commit suicide on 2 occasions. I was in a very hopeless situation. As a 6-year-old boy, a gang of teenagers beat me up. I was a 6-year-old boy. They were teenagers. They beat me up. They threw me on the ground, stomped on me like I was an ant or a roach. And again, punching all over me. I'm bleeding from everywhere you can bleed. I was a 6-year-old boy. You would think that was enough. That wasn't enough. These guys flipped me over, laying on my back, face up. And they took a great big old bucket of tar and they poured it on my face. They poured it on my body. They took a bunch of feathers and threw them on me and left me there. This is back in 1966. A 6-year-old boy. I lay battered and beaten almost to death. I barely could breathe because the tar was, thank God it wasn't hot, but it was thick. And listen, my friend, and thank God somebody finally found me and rushed me to the hospital. But I'm trying to tell you, my life was a mess. The sexual abuse, the verbal abuse, the physical abuse. One of my mom's boyfriend, I've been beat with a steel choker chain for a dog, a fiberglass bow and arrow set. I mean, my life was a mess. And some of you, your life was maybe more of a mess than mine, but I got some news for you. Because we're going to talk about success. Journey of the success. And look at the bottom of the screen. Every master was once a mess or mediocre. Therefore, every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. Oh, come on, somebody. Let me say that again. I said every master was once a mess. Therefore, every mess or mediocre person can one day be a master. You see, my friend, there's 8.1 billion people in this world, all diverse backgrounds and languages and regions that they live in. But out of the 8.1 billion people in the world, there's only 3 categories of people. Number one, there are those whose life or business or relationship, whatever, is in a mess, and they don't believe or know that they can be a master. Number 2 are those who their life, their business, their relationship is a mess, but they're in training to be a master. So I call that they're a master in the making. And then number 3, you got a group of people who are masters, but they messed up. And so I call them masters in the remaking. Oh, come on, somebody. Out of 8 billion people, 8.1, everybody is one of those 3, my friend. And I've been all of those 3 in my life. And I'm here to give you some good news, okay? So again, my friend, You see me on the left as a little 11-year-old boy, and I look like a hot mess. And you see a couple years later, I'm able to kick up pretty high as a brown belt. Then you see a couple years later, I'm laying on a bed of nails, and the guy's taking a sledgehammer and breaking the bricks off my stomach. And then you see me breaking bricks on fire. And then you see when I was voted into the Black Belt Hall of Fame. But I didn't start off there. Are you with me? It's a journey. And I had to take the journey. And I'm telling you, I don't care where you are now. All I care is where you want to be. And you might be like me, that was a mess. But you know what? Once I found out I didn't have to be a mess. Come on now. Thank God for mentors that helped me. I didn't have to be a mess. And I didn't have to be mediocre. I could be a master. And now I stand before you as a 10th degree grandmaster black belt. Listen, my friend, there's less than 200 of us in the world. And as a matter of fact, I retired years ago as a heavyweight champion with Karate World Rating System. But when I joined the martial arts, I tripped over my own feet. When I joined the martial arts, they called me Mr. Baboon. They made fun of me. And I said, you better laugh now, because one day I'm going to whoop all y'all. You know why? Because my mind was made up, my friend, and that day came. So listen, Albert Einstein, listen, he wasn't able to speak until he was almost 4 years old. And his teacher said he would never amount to be anything. Now, you know him as the master, but guess what, my friend? He was a mess. Michael Jordan, you see, after being cut from his high school basketball team, he went home, locked himself in his room and cried. The great Michael Jordan. See, you didn't see him that way. See, what happens, here's the danger. We take our mess, and even when our mediocre, and we try to look and compare to a master, and we're like, man, I can never be that way. No, you can be that way, but that attitude will keep you from being that way. See, if you think you are beaten, you are. And if you think you dare not, you won't. If you like to win but think you can, it's almost a sense you won't. If you think you will lose, you've already lost. For this powerful truth we find, success begins with a person's will. It's all a state of mind. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger woman or man, but sooner or later, those who win, those who first think and then know that they can. And I know you can. And Solomon knows you can. That's why he invited me to speak and to pour into your life, my friend. And by the way, I'm telling you, listen, I am telling you, my friend, it is so good when you go from being a mess to a master. How many of you right now know your business might be in a mess? Your relationship might be in a mess. Your spiritual life might be in a mess. Your physical life might be a mess. Your finances are in a mess. Come on. But guess what, my friend? You can grow to be a master. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no original ideas. But guess what? They changed after a while. Steve Jobs at 30, he was left devastated and depressed after being, listen now, unceremoniously removed from the company that he started. But by the time he died, his company was worth more than any other company. Oprah Winfrey, get this, she was demoted from her job. They said, listen, they said, you're not made for TV. And now she owns her own network. Come on, somebody. She didn't start off as a master with her own network. She started off as a mess. But guess what? She was willing to take the steps to become a master. By the way, if I could show you some steps how you can go from being a mess or being mediocre to being a master, how many of you say, listen, I'd be ready to start stepping, my friend. If you show me the steps, I'm going to take them. Come on. Who says that? Show me the steps. Yes. I'll take them.
Yes.
So like this rocket ship, when it takes off, there's all kind of combustion. There's all kind of energy. But guess what? If you've seen it on television, it's moving real slow. And if the rocket ship were human, it's like, this is how I'm doing all this work and nothing's happening. I just don't understand this. Guess what? But a rocket ship is not human. It doesn't run based off its emotions. It runs based off its programming. So it just does what it was designed to do. So that rocket ship continue to do what it was doing. And all of a sudden, it starts gaining momentum. And they tell me, get this now, right before it breaks through the Earth's atmosphere, right before it gets, they said it starts to rotate wildly, almost as if it's about to be shaken to pieces. Now, wait a minute. This rocket ship, from 1 million pounds of fuel it takes from takeoff to escape velocity. That rocket ship that started slow, but because it just stayed faithful, like Solomon, stayed faithful, like just stayed faithful. And now all of a sudden it's getting momentum. But now, my friend, right before he hits escape, it's going 25,000 miles per hour. But now it's about to go through the Earth's pole, so it's shaking wildly. I can, if I was a rocket ship, I can hear him saying, "This ain't fair. I've been faithful. I've done everything they told me to do. It is not working. It feels like I'm about to be shaken to pieces." And all across the country, I speak to people. They do everything they know to do, and it seems like their business shaken to pieces. Done everything they know to do. It seems like their life shaken to pieces. Doing everything you know to do, but the relationship with your husband, your wife, your children is like shaken to pieces. And listen, my friend, the rocket ship, if he was human like you, he would do like you do and say, "Well, I gave it everything I have. I can't do it. I can't take another second of this." No, the rocket ship just does what it's programmed to do. And they tell me in the next instant, you hear this loud boom, and it breaks through the Earth's atmosphere. And like I said, now it's traveling 25,000 miles per hour. It will virtually use no more fuel for the rest of the trip. Out of the 1 million pounds of fuel, 95% is from takeoff to escape velocity. But once it breaks through the Earth's atmosphere, it will virtually use no more fuel for the rest of the trip. I'm trying to tell you, before the breakthrough, it seems like all struggle and little or no success. But after the breakthrough, there seems to be success with little or no struggle. You just got to keep on keeping on. See, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, and the road you're trudging seems all appeal, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. If care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a struggler turns about. When he might have won it, they stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success, it's failure turned inside out. The silver tint of the cloud of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. Victory may be near, though it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you just mustn't quit. This is called a writer downer right here. Before you get your undeniable breakthrough, you'll usually experience an overwhelming breakdown. Oh, did you hear me? I said, before you get your undeniable breakthrough, you're going to go through an overwhelming breakdown. See, unless a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, if it break down, it bringeth forth much fruit. See, watch this, my friend. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. You feeling like you're a mess, your business and everything. I got news for you, honey. You can have a breakthrough. Now, notice the rocket ship. When I talk to audiences about that sudden breakthrough, they're like, "Ooh," like they're usually clapping and cheering. But without the gradual, you never have the sudden. So a breakthrough is twofold. It's both gradual and sudden. We want the sudden part without putting in the gradual part. And the trick is the gradual part is slow and monotonous and sometimes unnoticed. And so people give up on the sudden part and they say the gradual part, but the sudden part never comes. Why? It can't come. You have to be continued in. I talk about in my book how when they're breaking a rock, they say you can hit the rock 100 times and there's not even it doesn't even budge. And then the next hit, the 101st time, bam, it breaks open. And some of y'all been swinging and swinging and talking and talking and doing and doing and doing. It seems like nothing's happened and you give up when that next hit, boom, would have been a breakthrough. So listen, my friend, you got to stay faithful, even though it doesn't seem like it's working. You got to stay faithful, my friend, and just keep on keeping on. And like this rocket ship, my friend, your breakthrough will come. So if you want to have a breakthrough, step number one, it's called mentorship. Come on, step number one is called mentorship. In the chat, put down mentorship. Now, you got to have mentorship. And there's so many people, they're like, "I don't need a mentor." Well, I got me one. No. Les Brown and I were speaking in the UK. And I always have great respect for Les. But my respect went 10 times higher. Here's why. He was speaking and he said, "Now, folks, if you want to know anything about marriage," he said, "don't ask me because I'll ruin it. I've been married 5 times, divorced." He said, he said, now, if you want to know about speaking, I'm the man. I can help you, but don't come to me with nothing about no relationships because I'll mess it up. Listen, 10 times my respect for him, because he was helping people to understand a great mentor in one area may not be what you need in another. You need sometimes different mentors. So I got a spiritual mentor, I got financial mentor, business. So safety, that says, in the multitudes of counselor or mentors. See, Socrates mentored Plato, and then Plato mentored Aristotle. It was Aristotle who mentored Alexander the Great, and then Andrew Carnegie mentored Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. It was Napoleon Hill who mentored W. Clement Stone, and then W. Clement Stone mentored Jack Canfield, the co-author of the billion-dollar book series Chicken Soup for the Soul. It was Benjamin Graham who mentored Warren Buffett. And then, of course, Warren Buffett has mentored millions. As a matter of fact, one time they said to Mr. Buffett, what should we invest in these hard economic times? And he said, simple. Well, man, they got their pens out. They thought he's about to give them a symbol or something. And he said, invest in yourself. It's the best dividend you'll ever have. It was Dr. Benjamin Mays, the president of Morehouse, who mentored a young teenage boy who years later, you know his name, Dr. Martin Luther King. And of course, Dr. King has mentored millions, and in his death, my friend, multiple millions. It was Bill Bailey who mentored Les Brown in the early days. And Les Brown, of course, has mentored millions and spoke to 80,000 people in one time at the Atlanta, Georgia Dome. Bill Bailey also mentored Jim Rohn, and Jim Rohn mentored a guy, you probably heard of his name, Tony Robbins. And of course, Tony has mentored tens of millions. In the Bible, Moses mentored Joshua. Joshua mentored the 3 million Israelites. It was Elijah that mentored Elisha. And then Elisha mentored this widow woman in 2 Kings chapter 4, who was about to lose her children. Her husband had died, and they would take your children to debtor's prison. And he showed her, get this now, how to start her own home-based business. That's right. People that don't like network marketing, multi-level marketing, it's in the Bible, my friend, a home-based business. Watch this now. And she was able to pay off her debts, and her and her children lived the rest of their lives off the profits. It was Ananias in the New Testament that mentored Saul, who became Paul. And then Paul mentored young Timothy, and young Timothy mentored the church. And then Jesus mentored disciples. And here's what he said. I love this. Get this now. Hold on to y'all got seatbelts out there? He said, the works that I do shall you do also, and greater works than these. Meaning the mentee, get this now, cannot just do what the mentor has done. The mentee can double what the mentor has done. Oh, come on. So I tell people, if you believe like I believe and do like I do, what happens for me can happen for you. But because I'm not the standard, it can happen even better for you. And that's my desire. And that's my prayer. And that's why I write books and put together trainings, my friend, because I want to pour into you. So listen, my friend, you can miss some of the landmines that I landed on and lost a leg. And no. You can just keep on keeping on. Is this helping anybody so far? I need to know, is it talking to anybody up in here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm talking to the right people then. Okay. So we said mentorship, and now I lost my thing here. Mentorship. Uh-oh. One more time here. There we go. So you want to learn to, I did the wrong thing. Somebody need to see that again. There we go. Too fast. Bam. Walk with who and what you want to be like in spite of how things look now. Your day will come. That little cub is probably like, man, ain't no hope for me. Oh, baby, you just keep on living. Hello, somebody. You just keep on following Solomon. Hello, somebody. You just keep on going to the meetings. You just keep on going to the conventions. You just keep on, and your day will come, my friend. So listen, but it's going to take mentorship, but you can't be insecure about being around powerful people. You got to learn to say, my day's coming, my power. That's why I'm saying you got to learn to say, I might look like a mess, I might feel like a mess, but really I'm a master in the making. Come on, somebody. Unmute yourself. Somebody talk to me. I want to hear you say I'm a master in the making.
I'm a master in the making.
Come on.
Master in the making.
Master in the making.
Look like a mess. I might
yeah.
feel like a mess, but don't get it twisted, baby. I'm a master in the making.
I'm a master in the making.
Don't get it twisted. I'm a master in the making.
So
I'm
here's
a master in the making.
So I used to share the platform with Jim Rohn, who's now gone, and Bill Bailey. Bill Bailey had a company grossing $64 million a month. First time I heard about him, I said, man, whatever you got, I buy everything you got, bro. Whatever you train, whatever I'm buying it because I want to learn. But here's you got to learn to believe in yourself. And if not, believe in your God or believe in your mentor who believes in you until your own belief kicks in. That's the first step to breakthrough success. So again, having a mentor. Number two, it's going to take a mental shift. Number one, you got to have mentorship, but number two, a mental shift. See, here's the thing, my friend. Without a breakthrough mentality, nothing on earth can help you. Ooh, write that down. Without a breakthrough mentality, nothing on earth can help you. With a breakthrough mentality, nothing or nobody on earth can stop you. Oh, come on, somebody, man. I wish somebody else was talking so I can tell you how good that is. Hello, hello, hello. We need a new mental shift. That's why I keep packing different information in my mind, my friend. Why? Because your mind watching the news and all this negative stuff. And no. You got to learn, my friend, to start thinking bigger and bolder. And listen, it was this man, Roger Bannister, the 4-minute mile it was unbreakable. They said a man would die, his lungs would collapse. But Roger Bannister didn't believe that. And so on May the 6th of 1954, he ran what we call the sub 4-minute mile. But here's what's so good about that. 46 days later, his record was broken. I mean, listen, for 1954 years, nobody even got close. But once he broke through, they broke through. And that's why you got to get your breakthrough. See, barriers. So get busy. Come on now. See, I used to think barriers were made to stop me. Here's another writer downer. Any barrier that God didn't make was made to be broken. Oh, let me say that again. I said any barrier that God didn't make was made to be broken. And again, everything worthwhile has ever been was declared impossible by someone else before it was done. Thus, you must have a breakthrough mentality, breakthrough mentor, and we'll teach you some breakthrough methods. And I don't have time to go through Jack Ma's story 30 times. You know, he tried to get the job and it turned him down. And I mean, over and over again. I mean, but guess what, my friend? Now he's one of the richest men in the world. Listen, my friend, you got to have a breakthrough mentor and a breakthrough mentality. Impossible. If you take the I am off, it now says I'm possible. See those limiting beliefs? It's all in your head. That donkey, that mule, whatever it is, that little chair is not what's holding him back. It's what's in his mind, my friend. How many of y'all like me ever been to a circus and you saw that big old elephant, my friend, a little old rope, and you wonder, now, wait a minute now. But see, they train the elephant when he's a baby. And they put a big old chain around his leg. And that little elephant tries to run, and that chain, it's like, oh, that hurt. And then, but he keeps on trying it over and over and over again, and the pain. And so every time he goes a certain length, he feels that pain of that chain. And they say after about 3 or 4 months, they can take off the chain and just put a little rope. And that elephant, as he gets bigger and bigger and bigger, his mind still stays the same. And that's why he won't even try to go too far. Is that we need a new mentality. See, impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing but by Muhammad Ali. By the way, my early mentors were Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, and my mommy. Hello, somebody. So listen, success is not just based on what a person accomplishes, but rather what they had to break through in order to achieve it. So many of you, my friend, you'll be more successful than the people you looked at as successful because they didn't have all the barriers that you have. So let's get breaking. Number 3, if you're going to go from being a mess or mediocre to a master, step number 1, you got to have some mentors. Step number 2, a mental shift. But step number 3, misery. Now, they won't tell you this, but I'm going to tell you, you are not going to be great unless you go through some great pain and great misery. Now, many folks go through great pain or great misery, so why don't you leverage that so you can be great? See, a diamond is just a piece of charcoal that handled stress exceptionally well. So don't allow the pain of the process to keep you from your promise. Come on, somebody. Is that good or extra good?
That's good.
There you go.
Extra good.
Extra good.
Extra good.
So if you're going to get grape juice, you got to crush the grapes. A diamond is formed under pressure with time. Olives are pressed to release oil that blesses. Seeds grow in the darkness under the dirt. So whenever you feel crushed, under pressure, pressed or in darkness, you're in a powerful place of transformation. Submit, don't resist. See, you got a bunch of haters. My acronym for haters is having animosity toward everyone reaching success. As long as you're status quo, they'll leave you alone. My mentor said, if you want people to get after you, do three things: have more, know more, and do more. They'll get after you. If you want people to leave you alone, have nothing, know nothing, and do nothing. I said, wait a minute. If I have nothing, know nothing, do nothing, they're going to call me lazy and shiftless. Look, you just mind you going. Matter of fact, I posted on Facebook the other day, dear haters, don't be too mad yet because you ain't seen nothing yet. Come on, somebody. Let the haters hate, my friend. Let the haters hate. The poor hate. The average speculate, but the great always celebrate. Oh, come on now. So breakthrough success of secret of success. When things, people, business, or your emotions go left, you just stay right. Come on, somebody. Just stay right. See, the comfort is the enemy of achievement. So life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So you got to get ready to be uncomfortable. It's going to be some misery. You remember they used to say no pain, no gain. Number 4, it's going to take methods. What's the 4th step? It's methods. You got mentorship. You got a mental shift. You got to go through some misery. Listen, by the way, pain and adversity. This is so good. Hold on. Okay, Harris, just breathe, man. Relax. Okay. So watch this. Pain and adversity causes some men and women to break. It causes others to break records. Don't let your pain break you. Let your pain make you a record breaker. Come on now. And then you're going to learn some methods. Yeah. Now, you can't prove that something doesn't work. You can just prove you don't know how to work it right. So maybe you haven't worked it long enough, or it no longer works because you are no longer working. So the breakthrough is going into a whole nother dimension. My time, man, number 5 is going to take your mouth. You're going to have to learn, open up your mouth, and you got to learn to speak some powerful, positive things. You can't speak what you see. You got to speak what you want to see. Ooh, somebody got a breakthrough on that one right there. Your problem is you keep speaking what you see, and you keep speaking what you're feeling instead of speaking what you're faithing. Oh, come on now. Dr. Breakthrough says, don't fake it till you make it, baby. No, faith it till you make it. Faith, F-A-I-T-H. Write this down. Fully anticipating it to happen. I don't see it. I don't feel it, but I'm believing it, my friend. I posted on Facebook the other day, I'm a blessed breakthrough believing believer. Thus, I'm an awesome, anointed, achieving achiever. Oh, come on, somebody. So most people, they heard of Muhammad Ali's quote, but they don't know the real part. He said I was the greatest. That's not the good part. Here's the good part. I said that even before I was. Come on now. Matter of fact, here's the real quote. He said, I said I was the greatest a long time before I ever believed it. So in other words, he figured out what he wanted to believe, and he said, I'm going to say it long enough and loud enough. See, he must have knew something in the Bible, because faith cometh by hearing, hearing by. He said, if I say it long enough and loud enough, if I don't believe it, the people I'm fighting going to believe it. And if you fight the greatest, you know you're going to get whooped. Come on, somebody. And so when he gets one person whooped, he says, wait a minute, maybe I really am the greatest. So you got to learn to call those things which be not as though they were. Faith, fully anticipating it to happen. See, the constant repetition of affirmations, it leads to belief. And once that belief kicks in, deep conviction begins, things will happen. Job 22:28, thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, my friend. Come on now. And then number 6, here's where we're going to separate the men from the boys, the women from the girls. Mastery. You say mastery, what does that mean? I'm glad you asked. I'm fitting to tell you. I live in Texas now. I'm from Pennsylvania, but I'm in Texas. I'm fitting to tell you. See, here's what we get messed up. We think because we know something or we heard of something, we know it. No, you don't know it until you've mastered it. And in the martial arts, I would say sensei, I already know how to do that punch. I know how to do that kick. I already know that kata, which is fighting in magic. He says, no, you don't. I said, no, sir, I could do it with my eyes closed. He said, that ain't good enough. I said, but he said, no, you got to do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until it's part of your subconscious, so that without even thinking. As a matter of fact, watch this, my friend. In the home-based business arena, here's a problem I had. See, as a martial artist, they would say, don't fear the man. There's no such thing as 10,000 kicks, but it's just a saying. Don't fear the man or woman that can do 10,000 kicks. Fear the man or woman that did one kick 10,000 times. See, I heard that before. I know. No, you don't know. If you ain't doing it, you don't know it. And if you're not doing it subconsciously without even thinking, my friend. So it's like we would work on twirls and twists. I don't know if you ever know the name Myron Golden, but he's the first guy I ever led to Christ many years ago. And I was his martial arts instructor. Then in college, I was his Bible college teacher. But anyway, one time he was on the back of a motorcycle, my Kawasaki 900, and I was trying to show off a little bit. We were young back then, and I thought I'd kick it in gear a little bit. I wasn't realizing there was some grab underneath us. When I did that, that thing went, and we both went over the handlebars. And they said, "How'd you do that?" And I was like, "Do what?" Because I heard, ah. So Myron, his elbows, he had thrown his elbows out to stop his fall, and he's got them all scratched up. And I'm standing up, and I'm like, "Huh?" And they said, "How'd you do?" I said, "Do what?" They said, "Man, you guys both went over, and Myron threw out his elbows and landed, and you did a somersault and landed on your feet." I was like, "I did?" You see what I'm saying? We had worked on this stuff over and over and over and over and over again. I wasn't even thinking about it. All of a sudden, my body, bam, there you go. And I'm telling you, my friend, your problem is you read the book one time. No, I read books until I become the book. Oh, come on, somebody. I've listened to some trainings 1,000 over and 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 over until I can literally quote it, my friend. See, mastery means you keep doing this thing over. See, the problem is we want to keep learning something new, and we want to say, "Oh, Solomon, I already know how to do that." No, honey, until you mastered it. And I'm telling you, this is the way you become a master, by mastering something. And the way you master something is you do it over and over, and you feel like I'm not doing it good, but you just keep doing it over and over and over. And then by the time you think you got it, you then got to really do it over and over and over again. And that, my friend, is mastery. So anyone who tells you can succeed without work is probably trying to sell you something that won't. So here's a picture. One of my books is called How to Build a Big Team Fast. That's my wife. They're reading the book. She doesn't like her face. She looked like a movie star, but she don't like. I'm like, baby. I took a picture of her today. She said, "Don't put my face." I'm like, "What do you?" Anyway, I mean, I'm ugly. You put a camera up, I'm jumping in front of it. She runs. But anyway, so READ, my acronym for READ. This is my, when you hear me give acronyms, they're my acronyms. And my acronyms mean something. They're just some words, right? Receive, empowerment, answers, dominion. Who wants to receive empowerment, answers, and dominion? By the way, empowerment means it comes from the inside out. Hello, somebody. See, my goal is not to get you hooked on needing me. My goal is to stimulate something in you to let you know what's in me is in you. As a matter of fact, my friend, by the time I'm done with you, you don't need me. Hello, somebody. Man, that's good right there. Okay. So keep reading the book until you become or embody the book. So it's crazy that people feel like 2 to 5 years in the business is a long time to get rich, but they don't feel like 40 years on the job is a long time to stay broke. So
that's right.
There you go. I'm glad you're with me. I'm glad you're with me. So you must be, get this now, committed to the process
Oh, true.
of being bad or feeling bad for as long as it takes to get good. When I first started martial arts, I was terrible, but I kept on, and now I'm one of the less than 210th degree black belts. When I started speaking, I was so bad, I couldn't stand myself. I would go out in the backyard and speak, and the trees would bow and the squirrels would run. But I kept speaking, although I felt bad. I kept speaking, even though I didn't like my speaking. Matter of fact, then one day I said, well, wait a minute, if I'm speaking, I might as well like it. Matter of fact, I said, and if I'm the one speaking, I might as well like me. Matter of fact, you know why I showed up tonight on this Zoom? I heard one of my favorite speakers was going to be speaking, and I had to show up to hear me. Come on, somebody.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
I tell people now, I like being me so much. If I wasn't me, I want to be me. Come on, somebody. And when I became my favorite speaker, I became my wife came up and said, baby, you my favorite speaker. All 4 of my children, we got 8 now, but I have 4, she had 4. We said, let's get it together and do 8, baby. Come on now. But watch this now. And all of my children all came up to me individually. You my favorite speaker. See, you got to understand something, my friend. That's like you got to learn to be committed to it's a process. It's not overnight. It's a process of being bad and feeling bad for as long as it takes to get good. See, you don't even understand this. Man, my time is out. This ain't fair. You should have gave me a couple times. But lastly, they don't want to hear this one, money.
Come on back.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that one. She said, go back.
No, come back.
You said come
Come
back.
back.
Oh, go bring it back.
Okay. I thought you said go back. I want to see that one. All right, here we go.
Money. You want to hear money?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you're going to go from being a mess or mediocre to a master, do you think when I went to karate practice, it was free? No, or of course not.
No.
Don't you know in the martial arts, then we had to go through tests. And was the test free? No, of course no. Do you know we went to tournaments and we would fight? Was the tournament free? No, of course no. And when we went to the tournament, we had to have gear. Was the gear free? No, of course no. And we had to make sure we had our gi. Was the gi? No, nothing was free. Everything cost.
Everything costs.
And you get in the home-based business and you pay your little distributor fee and your little thing, and you think, honey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You show me somebody who's a master. Listen, you know what they told me? Now, I don't know if it's true, and I couldn't find out by Googling it, but I heard that LeBron James, listen now, invests $1 million every year in his brain and in his body and the different things that he does. Can you imagine that? But you know why, my friend? He's at the top, and he wants to stay at the top of his game. But we get people in here, when Solomon says you need to buy Dr. Breakthrough, that $25 book, Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed, on drbreakthrough.com, or his book, How to Build a Big Team Fast, which, by the way, every person on your team should have it. And then maybe I could come back and do a training on the book and go walk you through the book. But listen, I got a 21-day breakthrough challenge. Every last one of you deserve to go through that. I'm trying to tell you, my friend, I didn't go from being a guy that could barely speak to now being paid up to $1,000 a minute. You heard me right. $1,000 a minute. I've been blessed to be voted into the Black Belt Hall of Fame and the Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame, but I didn't start there. And by the way, I'm not stopping here either. Hello, somebody.
Hello.
Right? I mean, up until here, the most I was paid previously was $47,000 an hour. And I kept saying it's going to get, and then when somebody paid me $1,000 a minute, I was like, oh, Lord Jesus. I said, that's the first, oh, come on now. But don't worry, y'all got a discount today. I think it's like no, anyway. All right. But listen, serious though. Show me somebody who mastered their craft, and I'll show you somebody who happily invested in their selves, in their business, happily, my friend.
Yeah.
So a formal education will make a living, self-education will make a fortune. Dr. Breakthrough says, why just make a living when you can make a fortune to be blessed, to be a blessing to others? How many of you say, I don't just want to make a living, I want to make a fortune? Come on, raise your hand in the chat. Put me.
I want to make a fortune.
I want to make a fortune. Les Brown said it best, information costs, but it pays for itself 10 times over. I was like, what? He said, yeah, information it costs, but pays for itself 10 times over. And so here it is, my beautiful ABCD when we got married. She said, baby, we don't ever want to spend money. We want to circulate money. She said, when you spend money, it's gone, never to return. But when you circulate money, it goes out and comes back, a never-ending cycle of increase and enjoyment. I was like, from now on, we're going to look for ways that we can circulate our money, my friend. And y'all got a business model, by the way, where people can circulate their money on their bill. Oh, come on, somebody. You got a business model that helps that, but you got to learn to do that in your own personal life. So your time as a caterpillar has expired. Your wings are now ready. Who's ready to fly? Who's
Yes.
I'm tired of crawling on this ground. I'm ready to fly.
Yes.
So here's what you got to do real quick.
Butterfly.
Yes, it's time to fly. So I need y'all to do this. Let's see here, man. My wife, I hope she got this. She was going to help me out with something. But two things. Number one, go to drbreakthrough.com. www. Somebody put that in the chat. drbreakthrough.com. So first of all, I need you to go to drbreakthrough.com. Okay, make sure you get. Make sure you get the breakthrough book or how to build a big team fast. So in this industry, I've been blessed to be the top of 7 different companies. And at one time, I was the #1 income earner and #1 recruiter in 3 companies at the same time. And I would tell my wife, don't tell them, because everybody was teaching you can only do one thing. I'm like, I don't want to mess up their mindset. But see, I didn't believe, I wouldn't eliminate myself. And I'm not telling you to do that, because some people are 5 talented, 3 talented. And by the way, I didn't start all 3 of them at the same time either. Come on, somebody. So let's have some sense about this now. But drbreakthrough.com, there you go. No, just www.dr, no period, DR breakthrough. So break, BREAK, through, THORU. Hey, babe, did you get a chance to do that coupon code? And what's the coupon code? Solomon. Okay, everybody write the words. Well, you already know Solomon. So I'm gonna need you to go to this another website. Now you can get the books there, but I want to do something crazy. Go to www.theinternetmentor.com. Hey, thank you, sweetie. I love you. Okay, so www.theinternetmentor.com. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so the breakthrough, and then go to theinternetmentor.com. Now, this is only for the few champions. Okay, but I'm doing something crazy. Is it okay if I do something crazy? So I want you to go get the books now. If you get the books, that's fine. By the way, so if you get both books, I'm gonna put a third book in free. You don't want to buy my books on Amazon. You want to buy them from my website, because then I can sign it, put my signature, sign your name in it, and then I usually email you something, a special gift as well. But it's called theinternetmentor.com. THE, I can't even find the chat now. Theinternetmentor.com. There it is. So here we go. So THE, theinternetmentor.com. Okay. Now, when you go to that site, theinternetmentor.com, you're going to look for, it's called the 21-day breakthrough challenge. Now, don't get it. There's a 21-day quit your way to success, but I need you to go to the 21-day breakthrough challenge. It's 21 3 to 5 minute videos. Okay. Hey, babe, you did it for the regular breakthrough challenge, right? Not the quit your way, right? Okay. All right. Thanks, babe. Okay. Do it for that other one too, just in case somebody gets mixed up. All right. So do it for both. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna give y'all 75% off anybody that wants to order. 75% off is gonna be on there until midnight Sunday night. Okay. Now this 21-day breakthrough challenge is only $398. My business mentor said I need to 10x the price. He said, Doc, you're almost 60. I'll be 63 next month. He said, you're giving the best of your best. But here's what I want to do, because Solomon and I, we're building a relationship, and I just want to bless y'all. So I'm gonna do this time. Okay. So real crazy. If you go to theinternetmentor.com, look for the 21-day breakthrough challenge. I got two of them, but 21-day breakthrough challenge. If you put coupon code, it'll drop the price from like $397 to $97, only $97. Okay. And so I'm going to do that. Listen, for the first 30 people that want to get that at that price. So that's 75% off. But here's why. This 21-day breakthrough challenge is 3 to 5 minute videos. And every day you log into the site and you watch a video. And by the time you go through 21 days, you're guaranteed to get at least one or more breakthroughs. Now, if you don't get at least one breakthrough, you email me, we give you your money back. Don't ask any questions. At least one. But by the time you go through my challenge, you're going to learn to go from breakthrough to breakthrough, to bigger breakthrough, to bolder breakthrough. I mean, we have people, and I'll show you 18 areas you can have a breakthrough, from building your team to your relationships to your finance. I have one lady, Solomon, I think remind me to send this to you. Her and her husband deposited a check for $122,000 by practicing one principle from In My Challenge. Are y'all hearing me? Mm-hmm. So listen, and by the way, what I teach is the thing that allowed me to build a team. 1.5 million people. I sponsored 988 people, my wife and I, and in 6.5 years, it turned into 1.5 million people on my team. I put it in the book, How to Build a Big Team Fast, but mainly also it's the principles from my 21-day breakthrough challenge. So we've got CEOs of corporations that go to the internetmentor.com. And by the way, I got a couple of free things on there. So like my attitude adjuster, there's a thing called the Art of Selling Without Selling. That's free. So everybody on here at least ought to go there and get the free stuff. But if you go sign up, use the coupon code Solomon, and I don't think it matters whether you make it capital or not. And you'll see it'll take the price from $399 or $397 down to $97. Okay.
Hey, Doc, real quick, someone just put in the chat, don't see the space to add coupon code.
Yeah, scroll up or scroll down a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So by the way, yeah. So okay. So by the way, the first 7 people that order that 21-day breakthrough challenge, you're also going to get a free little 10-minute set time with me. You'll be able to ask me any question you want. In 10 minutes, I'm going to answer any of your question, individual, one-on-one. You can ask me anything about anything. By the way, I get $500 an hour when I coach people, okay? So you'll get 10 minutes of that. That's only for the first 7. How many? First
7.
Okay, 7. All right. So there we go. And again, this special, they can use this coupon code. It's going to be good up until midnight Sunday night, okay? Midnight Sunday night. And again, we'll talk to Solomon, maybe we'll do some things. Like I said, we come back later, we'll do some other things. But did anybody get anything out of tonight? Yes. Or
Hey, can we come off? Can we come off
Wonderful.
speaker and
Yes.
thank Mr.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Wow, man, that's
Yes.
pretty awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes. Really enjoyed it.
Fantastic.
Powerful
Yes.
message.
Hey, Doc, man, we so
Phenomenal.
appreciate your time. We appreciate you pouring energy into us. I see you working up a sweat over there, man.
Come back
Working,
again.
brother.
Yes.
We want you to know how much we appreciate you, and he will be back, y'all. He will be back.
All right.
Good.
Listen, what he is sharing with you is golden nuggets. Look,
Right.
you got to take advantage of it. Go on the site, get the books. This is personal development to grow you, advance your business. All right.
Yeah.
And for those of you that earn that special quality time with him, then that could make a huge difference in your business. So please take advantage of that. Doc, anything else you want to share before we end here?
Well,
Oh,
I
you
just want
gotta-
to make sure again,
go ahead,
it's
go
the
ahead,
website, the internetmentor.com. Everybody, or at least go get my free daily attitude adjuster, and also the art of selling without selling, or how to sell without being a sellout. Now, it's not just about selling things, it's about selling concepts and ideas. For most of my life, I sold myself on the limiting beliefs. Now I sell myself on my limitless success. Hello. You think somebody would have paid me $1,000 a minute to speak when I was all about my limiting beliefs? Of course, I would have talked them out of it. I was like, no, I ain't worth all that, right? And I remember saying that sometimes when people. So get the free. Everybody on your team, everybody in your church, everybody you know, get them to get that free. But now, those you serious, use the coupon code, again, Solomon, when you go to the Internet Mentor and my 21-day breakthrough challenge. So again, my friend, the first 7 are going to get a free 10-minute section. So let's do a quick question and answer, Solomon. Looks like people got their hands up.
Yeah, so go ahead, Regina. I know.
Yeah, I can click on the course, but I can't, it doesn't tell me how to order.
Okay, you got to click on.
Turn it down.
You gotta scroll it up.
Well, I saw
You
how
gotta
to order,
scroll
but I
that
didn't see
page
where you
up.
could put the QR code in.
And that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Okay, I did it. So when you get to the page, you have to click buy. Up at the top is in a blue thing. And then underneath of his
Can you show your
photo-
screen, Sherman? Can you show
Huh?
your screen?
I've
Can you show your
She already
screen?
did it. She
I've
already
already
did it.
done it. I already did it. Okay.
My Zoom picture was over the buy now. So
All right. Okay. Bye.
you.
And then on the left side under his photo, you'll see tiny words. It says apply coupon.
You must be a teacher.
Nah, I'm a
Yeah.
lawyer.
Former judge.
He's a lawyer and a teacher.
That's the same thing. And by the way, a good lawyer is a what? A salesperson.
Yeah.
Hey, a good preacher is a salesperson.
That's
You
right.
selling people to live right in spite of this wicked world. A good parent is a sales. You got to sell your children to say no. Come on now.
Yeah,
That's
you're
right.
right.
So everybody, you got to increase your sales skills, and I'll break
That's
it down
right.
like never before. Now,
Yeah.
so go to the first 7 people
Lord.
again. It's called the internetmentor.com. I'm gonna give you one more thing to do now. Everybody take this number down, and here's your assignment. You got to dial the number. Somebody put it in the chat. Well, I'll put it in the chat. So it's 717-275-3508. You're going to dial that number, and there's 24/7. It's going to be a powerful 2.5 minute, just jack you up with a breakthrough message, right? So when you call it, you're going to hear something like, I'm too blessed to be depressed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm too glad to be sad. I'm too anointed to be disappointed, too elated to be agitated. So anyway, people always say, can you record that? It's recorded. 717-275-3508. Your assignment is to call that, listen to that message, okay? Call that within the next 24 hours and listen to that message. Get the free thing again. If you could get the paid one, and then it'd be good, Solomon, if you could, as a team, if you could tell your people, everybody starts on this challenge. It's a 21-day challenge, so maybe, a couple more days and we start or whatever. But the thing is, I got people all year long at the beginning of the month. They start at day 1 again and go through it again, because you'll have access to this as long as it lasts, okay? By the way, I had one lady said day 4 alone was worth 10 times what she paid. And she didn't pay $97, trust me. Okay. So day 4 alone. So you gotta do that. Okay, any other question quickly? Any other question?
Yeah, we're gonna hold off on the questions. We
Okay.
we know you worked your butt off, man. We appreciate it. I want to thank y'all. Hey, did y'all get some value out of tonight or what?
Yes.
Yes or yes?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
All right. So
Yes.
listen, let's take advantage of this.
Absolutely.
Look, I look forward to seeing you guys on the training tomorrow morning. Let's promote. Listen, it's not too late to call people tonight, get a breakthrough, get them on tomorrow's training. It's going to be off the charts. Let's thank Dr. Breakthrough one last time for giving us his time.
Yes.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thank
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Doc,
you.
I will be in touch, man.
Fired
Thank
up.
you so much, brother.
Okay. All
Take
righty.
care.
Appreciate
Have a
y'all.
good
Bye-bye.
night.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.